So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can undervolt Radeon GPU lower than the settings it comes with without having to flash the card. And I'm just going to show you by default what my 6800 XT is. If you slide the voltage slider all the way down, you're going to see it's at 881, and all we're going to do in this video is lower it. And what that's going to do is help us lower the temperature and even get a slightly better hash rate while mining. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Igor's lab, more power tools, and this is what we're going to use to basically download the software to allow us to be able to lower that voltage slider. So right there is the download. You would just click download, then click the file at the bottom. I already have it downloaded, as you can see right over there, so I'm just going to click on it to save some time. But before I do that, I'm going to go to GPU-Z. Easy application to get. I highly suggest getting it, and I'm just going to click on this button right here and save it. And this way you could save your BIOS, and even though we're not flashing the BIOS, it's good to just have a copy of your BIOS just in case whatever. So you can save it over there, and also you might need to load it later in more power tools. So just in case, it's a good idea. So now you open up more power tools. You see the minimum voltage right there in the power and voltage tab, and you just want to change it from the default to around 612. That's what I changed it to for my 6800 XT to get the lower. And that folder I just showed you is where you would open it if these were all gray. And then you're just going to hit write STTP after you have your settings. Okay. Exit, and then you're just going to restart the computer. And what that's basically going to do is it's going to give you new slider with the ability to go down to 612 instead of the 881. So we're just going to open up Adrenal again, go to tuning, go to manual, enable, and if you go to the voltage, you'll be able to see that instead of lowering it to only 881, you can actually lower it to 612. And that's literally the only change that we made. And obviously you should lower the frequency too, because it's going at a lower than normal voltage. And I'm gonna post my mining settings at the bottom, but basically what it does is it helps you run at around 55 degrees, 58 in the junction when you're mining Ethereum. And I just loaded my profile here, which, like I said, I'll post at the bottom. And then I'm gonna open up my miner. I suggest just running it with the normal settings first, just so it creates the DAG correctly. Sometimes that can be an issue if you have the overclocking set up. So I'm just gonna let it run for a couple of minutes before I open it up. As you see, temperature goes up, voltage goes up, power consumption goes up. And if you were to run this with just having 881 as the voltage, usually you're going to get a power consumption a decent amount higher than the 125 we're going to get. And the volts would be pretty much the same, maybe even lower. We're going to run around 125 to 128 volts, and probably a hash rate of around 62 to 63 on average. So you see over here the temperatures are starting to go down. We started off mining at full speed, so now that it's down to the settings with the voltage at 612 and everything's lower, the wattage is lower, and the temperature is starting to go down to that 55 I talked about, and then the junction will eventually be 58 degrees Celsius. Now I'm opening the miner, and you can see I have the 6800 XT, which is what I did the mining changes to. It's running at 62.72 mega hash, and the wattage says 177 right now. But once you have it running for a little bit, it will go down to the 128 you see in Adrenal. It just takes the mining software a little bit of time to catch up and show you that 128. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll be able to save some wear and tear on your GPU, and get a good hash rate, and I can even still surf the web while doing this, and it's all without having to flash your BIOS, so it's pretty safe. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message, and like the video. Thank you guys, and good luck mining.